This is a song called Done With You by Alvin Senshan, Kyron West, and Chill Bill. And the previous one was also one by Kyron West, both Vincent and Young Men.
Fusion of pain. I'm done with tripping when you say you leave. Many nights I cannot eat. What is this doing to me? I'm done with you.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back. We are back. Just want to take this time out to say a very happy birthday to a young man, Mr. Christoph Richardson of Clare Valley. Christoph, happy birthday to you. I really do hope you have to go to school today, but let's hope that you will have fun in school today, all right? Also, I had another announcement and I forgot. My poor young
you don't
brain.
write down things. You think you're too young
Because
to write down? Huh? You think writing down is for older people like myself?
I think I can be considered older people. But it will come back to me. It will come back. But there is also a lecture that is taking place
What did you forget? Well, go ahead.
Okay. So there is a lecture taking place at the... Let's make sure. I think it's taking place at... Yes. So it is today. Today's Thursday, 7. Yes. The lecture is taking place today from 7 o'clock at the UE Global Campus. It is called Rock of Ages, the Making of the Vincentian Church. And I think it will be focusing on the Spiritual Baptist Church. All right. So the panelists are Dr. Michael Denny, Dr. Adrian Fraser, Dr. Arnold Thomas, and Dr. Cleve Scott. So this lecture is part of the UE Global Campus's Sir Dwight Venner Independent Lectures. So this one, Rock of Ages, the Making of the Vincentian Church, 7 o'clock tonight at UE. You can go and be a part of that lecture. Why did I forget?
Hold on. I'll get to you just
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Now, I actually wonder if it will be live stream for persons who are not...
Oh, I was wondering as well, but I don't see anything on the flyer that says a link or live streaming. Yeah.
Okay.
But you never know. You could check our... Probably check later
the usual
and see.
Suspects.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So what Dianna forgot to mention is that the Pan Jam or the Jam 45, the Jam 45 for today is actually in Byro. Yesterday was at the cruise ship terminal, but today is at Byro.
All right.
Right.
Okay, then. So there's that correction. At 8 o'clock, we'll be having our cup chat, so you will stay tuned for that as well. But at this time, we're getting into our topic. Don't forget, what does it mean when we say you're catching NN?
All right, so two persons actually answer. So Pedro says, catching NN means you're having a rough time, and Anne also says having a rough time.
Correct.
Or hard times.
Correct.
So
correct.
hard times, rough
correct.
times, right?
Yes.
I know some persons who would use a different word.
Oh, yeah.
More colorful word,
yes.
right?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I will give you another one just now, man. We have my bright listeners. I'm confident. I have all confidence in you, man. You people have been able to answer all this time. And your man is with Vinci thing, so it's good for us to know our Vinci thing and appreciate our own Vinci things before somebody else come and appreciate it, and that is the time when we go want it. We must appreciate it first. Now to get into our topic. So I will be reading from a press release from the police force. It was released a day ago. All right. So it says a laborer was charged with defamation and 2 counts of cybercrime offences. That's the first one. And there's another laborer charged with cybercrime offences. So 2 people were charged with cybercrime offences. So we have a 33-year-old self-employed resident of Otley Hall who was charged with the offences of defamation and 2 counts of cybercrime. So according to the investigations, the accused unlawfully published defamatory remarks about a 38-year-old bartender of Bel Air by stating, any man wants...
Beep. Go ahead. You say. I guess it'll beep. You go ahead.
Expect the beep. That caught me off guard. Oh my gosh, that was... Any man want
Beep.
to buy, go by bike bar and ask for Barbie. That
Beep.
love...
Beep.
And that's it. Right? So additionally, the accused was charged with a 2nd count of cybercrime for intentionally and without lawful excuse or justification and without the consent of the complainant used a computer system to distribute the sexually explicit images of the said person via Facebook and WhatsApp. All right. And what was shared included the person's personal identification information. Another person was charged. So the investigations revealed that a 27-year-old laborer of Georgetown intentionally and without lawful excuse or justification and without the consent of the complainant used a computer system to transmit sexually explicit images of a 38-year-old bartender of Bel Air that conveyed or contained the personal ID information of the person, and this was done via WhatsApp and Facebook. So we have these 2 persons here being charged with cybercrime offenses and one with defamation. I noticed that both of them mention a bartender of Bel Air, and it's the same age. I was wondering if it's the same person.
Yeah, that was the conclusion that I came to. It must have been the same person. But when that thought came to me, then I went back to look at where these people are from. So one is from Otley Hall, and then the other one's from Georgetown.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe they know the all right, they probably both know the person. Well,
yeah.
Right. Are you gonna say your thoughts on it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Right. So one of the reasons why it is that I thought it was important for us to bring this up is many times persons hear that we have these cybercrime laws, and many persons wonder if it's actually being put into effect, if it's actually being utilized, right? And I am quote unquote happy in the sense that we see 2 instances listed here in the news is released from the RSVGPF in terms of persons making defamatory comments about somebody, sharing sexually explicit images of an individual, and they have been brought to justice. Right, or charges have been brought against them. All right. I think there are many times when we go on social media, and this is why sometimes for me, I have to take social media take it in doses, right? Because I have to take social media in doses where, let's say there are instances where a statement might be made. Let's say a politician says something or somebody just says something, right? And persons are not in agreement with that individual. And it's the way in which people would choose to voice their
opinion or their displeasure.
Right. You pull down an individual, and one of the things that I know that many persons don't know, they don't know how to argue on, well, I don't want to use the word argue. They don't know how to debate on a point, right? So they realize that they're losing an argument or they're losing the discussion. And then they pull down your personality, they pull down your physical attributes, they talk about your character. Persons do not know how to debate on points, and they take it and they become personal, right? So in the instance of the person, I mean, how could you go and quote unquote advertise somebody like that?
Exactly.
Right? Saying where the person is, where the person can be found. How do you quote unquote advertise somebody like that, quote unquote for sale? So I'm happy when it is that I see things like this happening, because I think that there are way too many persons who are loose on social media, right? And I think that for persons themselves who find themselves in a position where their character has been defamed, especially in a case where it's on a social platform, let's say Facebook or Instagram or wherever else, that you have that power. The power lies within you to take it to the police and for charges to be brought against such individual. All right. There is no need for you to cover. Yes, I know that there are times when persons are ashamed, right? Or you're embarrassed by what has happened with you, especially let's say if it's sexually explicit information that you may have shared with your partner at the time, right? I mean, I am not a prude. If you choose to do certain things with your partner to spice up yourselves, spice up yourselves, but the thing of it is that you're hoping that this person is trustworthy and that the information that you share with that person would stay with that individual. And in the cases where information is leaked, yes, the information or the images might be out there. You're embarrassed. The point is the images are already out there, right? Yes, you are going to be embarrassed about it, but the power still lies with you where you can take it to the police and something can be done about the situation. All right. So it was just for persons to note that these things happen and that persons can be charged if they break the cybercrime laws or they defame someone's character.
Yes. I share the same sentiments as you. Because we just like you said, some of us we go on the internet and we just figure once we have Wi-Fi and a phone, we could just do whatever. So I'm glad that we're seeing this thing in play. We're seeing persons being penalized for it. So hopefully it would deter others. There's always that hope that it would deter others. Hopefully they will see it, they will learn their lesson, they will say, see me boy, me now in that, you understand? So let me reconsider. Let me think about my social media appearance, presence. And hopefully that we will see less of those things. Boy, we just learn the hard way sometimes.
Some people need to learn the hard way for this stupidity. Morning.
Morning, Mike. Good morning, dear.
Morning.
Good morning, dear Hart. How are you doing? And to Dianna as well.
I am.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you about our people? What does that tell you?
Well, it's not our people, Dave. It's not just our people. It happens worldwide.
All of us ain't going to heaven, And in my belief, more of us going to hell than is going to heaven. If I ask you, what's your belief? Do you believe with this kind of behavior, most of Vincent is going to heaven? If there's a heaven? Because some of us don't believe there's a heaven. Some of us don't believe there's a hell.
Well, there's always change. There's always change, They can have a change of heart, a whole renewal of their mind, a transformation.
And what is it just before God called if you say, God, forgive me for my sins?
Why you think I am not on Facebook and all them things there? Because I was wise enough, let me put it that way. I was smart enough to know that this is just not positive,
That's not true, Dave. But go ahead.
Well, you can call us
Dave, you just suck your teeth on me.
News is shared. Right now, we have persons on Facebook. Have Dave, we get news from Facebook. Yes, the thing about this world is that anything that is used for good can also be used for bad. So we share news on Facebook right now, Dave. People looking at us so much. Look, people on the live right now can see Roleza and I in studio and know how we look versus long ago.
You know why? Because you're not on Facebook. You just said why you can't see us because you're not on Facebook.
All right, so that's why I'm saying that's why I can't see all you who bad and who good and all this kind of thing. But when I listen to these vibes, I don't know why I'm still alive. I don't know. Because this is enough to make you feel that you should not be dwelling among these kind of people. I make no apologies for that. Anyhow, different show for different folk, and everybody don't understand life as we should. So let it continue in nastiness and worthlessness. All you could do is report and complain. No solution.
Well, bringing charges or going to police and reporting it is a solution.
Yeah, kind of getting
Well, I
fined and thing, they have to pay money and thing.
Good, well, me glad for that, My glad for that. Them thing ain't catching Dave Roberts, right?
Man, Dave,
That's why
join
I'm today.
Facebook. Come, let me and you become Facebook friends. Join Facebook.
And then, the destruction, our sexual organs, woman sending their whatever to the man. I see all of that already. Man sending whatever they have to the woman. And that's a positive thing. Eh?
Dave, yeah, smartphone.
We will
Wait, let me
go
stop.
to heaven. We will go to heaven for all this kind of behavior. I guess all of us going to heaven. Hypocrites we are. Thank you.
Right, Dave. Oh, Lord, Dave is fun. All right, Dave is fun. Okay, so we have to jump out of this segment at this time. Reminder that at 8:05, we bring to you today's cop chat. All right,
Yes,
so
and it is 8:01. This time check has been brought to you by the New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of